Good evening. This is Luke Thomas, Holmquist here at the Earthquake Forecast Center. It is 8:59 in the evening on Tuesday, August 31st, 2021, 8:59 on Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. All right, we have a warning for California and more specifically the San Francisco Bay. Let's take a look at that. 6.1 earthquake is likely in the San Francisco Bay at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon on September 1st. And we're going to get to that in more detail in a second here. Here's the risk level here in San Francisco Bay. And let's take a look at the quakes that have been hitting around San Francisco and around the California, Nevada area during today, last 24 hours. 4.0 earthquake hit up here near just south of Eureka, and that aligns with the a peak in risk in that area. We'll show you that in a second. And then another 3.6 hit up there in the Northwest California. A 4.1 earthquake hit just south of San Francisco Bay. And so the activity is picking up. 4.7 hit out here in Nevada. And then a 3.4 just hit northwest of San Francisco Bay at around 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon today. So things are getting busier in California. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. Starting with Anchorage, we have 9 different forecasts to go through. Anchorage, a 4.8 earthquake is likely in the Anchorage area on September 3rd at about 4 o'clock in the morning, right in that peak there. This spike in risk here is on the 31st, and it's still the 31st up there, so there might be something around a 4.0 is possible with that. But the big news in Anchorage is a 4.8 is likely on September 3rd, early in the morning at about 4 in the morning. All right, in Coalinga, it looks like we're going to have activity in the southern portion of California tonight, and then the risk will shift to the San Francisco Bay during the afternoon. So 5.1 earthquake is possible in the Coalinga Parkfield area of West Central California early in the morning on the 1st. And that's sort of about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning there. And then a very strong spike in risk here on the 5 o'clock in the morning on September 4th, when a 6.3 is possible in the area from Coalinga Parkfield over to East Central California, Mammoth Lakes, Bishop, down to Ridgecrest, Bakersfield, that area. That's coming up on September 4th, but we have to go through these first earthquakes before that, which is the one in San Francisco Bay tomorrow. El Centro, California, a 5.3 earthquake is likely in the Salton Sea area tonight, September 1st, about 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's just a few hours from now, 2 o'clock in the morning, September 1st. We have this spike in risk here, which could produce a 5.3 down near the Salton Sea. And then a 5.2 earthquake is possible on September 4th at about 2 o'clock in the morning. So 2 significant spikes in risk near Salton Sea. First one is late tonight, about 2 o'clock in the morning on September 1st. And that's coming up soon. Eureka, California. This spike in risk here on the 30th produced a 4.0 earthquake. You can see this quake right here, 4.0. And that was in the spike in risk here. 4.6 is possible on September 1st at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and a 4.0 is possible on the 5th. So it looks like the greatest risk of a stronger earthquake is in Central California, near San Francisco Bay and Coalinga to Ridgecrest and Mammoth Lakes during the next few days. But a 4.6 is possible on the 1st and the 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A 4.0 is possible on the 5th. Los Angeles. So tonight, actually right around 11:30 tonight, coming up in just a couple, 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours from now, we have a spike in risk in the Los Angeles area. A 4.8 is possible in the Los Angeles area late tonight, the 31st at about 11:30 in the evening, or between 11:30 and 12:30. This 4.8 is likely to hit near Los Angeles. 3.5 is possible on September 4th, on this peak at about 2 in the morning on September 4th. 4.8, pretty strong earthquake is possible in Los Angeles area late tonight around 11:30. And here's the most significant quake should hit up in San Francisco Bay tomorrow, September 1st at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's that spike in risk here. 6.1 is likely in the San Francisco Bay, September 1st at 3 o'clock. And then a 5.5 earthquake is possible on September 4th at about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I believe that aligns with the Coalinga. Yes, September 4th. So it's probably picking up on this quake here in Coalinga Parkfield over to Ridgecrest, Bakersfield, and Mammoth Lakes on that September 4th quake. But 6.1 is likely in the San Francisco Bay on tomorrow, September 1st at around 3 o'clock. Athens, Greece, a 5.7 is possible on September 3rd at around 4 o'clock in the morning on this spike in risk right here. Big, strong spike in risk there on September 3rd. 5.7 is possible within 200 kilometers of Athens, Greece. All right, and in Tokyo, Japan, 7.0 is possible coming up on the 10th, late on the 10th into the 11th in the morning there, most likely on the 10th. Most of the risk is on the September 10th. Looking for a very strong earthquake in the Tokyo area. Looks like and here's the Sendai forecast, which is up in northern Japan. It looks like it's most likely to hit up near Sendai, Japan, Miyagi to Iwate, that area. A 7.2 is possible on September 10th or early on the 11th, most likely on September 10th. 7.2 is possible. 7.2 earthquake is possible in the Sendai, Sendai, Japan area, most likely there on the 10th. That's kind of in the future, but right now we're looking at a significant earthquake. About a 4.8 is possible in Los Angeles tonight at 11:30, about 11:30 in the Salton Sea area. 5.3 is possible around 2 in the morning. And then in San Francisco Bay tomorrow in the afternoon, a 6.1 is possible as these spikes in risk begin to release their energy across California. So if you live in San Francisco Bay or have friends that live there, looks like we have a strong earthquake coming up. And this map here shows that the highest risk is in the area from Santa Cruz up to San Francisco, to Oakland, and then just across the bay there in Northwest. So it's kind of the north or western side of the San Francisco Bay is the highest risk. However, the 95% risk goes all the way down to Monterey and that area. So you can look at this map over at quakeprediction.com to see the highest risk area. The very highest risk here, the 98% risk is in the western portion of the San Francisco Bay. And again, you can look at this map at quakeprediction.com, and please tell your friends and family to look out for that quake in San Francisco during the next 18 to 24 hours, most likely at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on September 1st. Significant quake coming up in Los Angeles tonight, and also near the Salton Sea early in the morning on the 1st. So a pretty very active time during the next 24 to 48 hours. And then a much stronger quake coming up on September 3rd into September 4th, most likely in the morning of September 4th, when a 6.3 is possible. So some strong earthquakes during the next 72 hours. And we will talk to you tomorrow. And if something happens in the next few hours, we'll get back on and we'll talk about that. But we will talk to you tomorrow, most likely. And thanks for your support. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.